The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive. You're tuning into Reader's Magnet's featured author interview, and I'm your host, Revan. And today's featured author brings a story marked by grit, grace, and lasting transformation from the depths of addiction to more than 2 decades of sobriety. Her journey is rooted in a life-changing faith in Jesus Christ and a calling to help others find freedom. She's a pastor, missionary, and recovery advocate whose work reaches from her home to Wisconsin to communities in Haiti, where she's passionate about planting her hope through recovery and ministry. So, a compelling public speaker, she has shared her testimony countless times, offering a powerful message of redemption, resilience, and what's possible when faith meets perseverance. Please join us in welcoming the author of Recover Your Mission: How a Drunk from Wisconsin Became a Missionary in Haiti, Deb Runge. Hi, Deb. Thank you for joining us here today. How are you?
Yes, I am wonderful. Thanks for having me. I'm
Yes,
excited to be here today.
me too. So, for all our viewers out there, um, Miss Deb Runge over here is not actually a first timer or a beginner when it comes to sessions like this because she has been a part with us, a Reader's Magnet, in doing roundtable sessions, Festival of Storytellers, and she's been our featured author as well. And speaking of, next week we will start our Festival of Storytellers. So that's January 19 to February 1 with Deb here, one of our moderators and featured author. So Deb, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's going to be amazing. It's a great way to, find out about other authors and what they
Mm-hmm.
have done, and then also talk about compelling topics, right?
Mm-hmm.
That draw people's interest and help people understand, maybe what authors have written about or
True.
what they may be interested in. That's ultimately the idea, that you can find out about books and possibly find a new book that you want to read.
True. And my favorite thing about the Festival of Storytellers is, the advice from the author and their stories, which are very compelling. And I get to use them when I write as well. So I'm so excited about next week and to
Yes.
hear your
Yeah,
story as
especially
well.
if, someone's considering to write a book, it's really great to
True.
sometimes what other um, authors have done and how they have accomplished what a lot of people have a dream about doing. They don't know where to get started, and so they don't do it, right?
True. So your book, our featured book today, is called Recover Your Mission: How a Drunk from Wisconsin Became a Missionary in Haiti. So what is this book about?
Well, this book is my story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, as it says there, I'm the drunk from Wisconsin. I am a recovering alcoholic. Actually, as of next week, I will have 30 years of sobriety from
Mm,
alcoholism. And so that's a miracle, quite honestly, because
true.
if you read my story, you'll find that I was very in the depths of addiction. And
Mhm,
I really didn't think there was any hope for me.
mhm,
But God made a way for me to finally get into recovery. And so it's my story of the journey of my recovery. And it's not
mhm,
just about alcoholism. I mean, that was a big part of my
mhm,
recovery, yes. But if you're a person who, gets into recovery, you find that there's driving forces behind that
mhm,
cause a person to turn that deeply, toward a substance, not necessarily even just alcohol, but it could be, drugs or something
mhm,
else addictive, food. I mean, all sorts of things, right? And
mhm,
so my main issue was alcoholism, but that's not the
mhm.
only thing that I've struggled with,
Yeah.
and that's what the journey is about.
Yes. Do you know what I love about this book is that this is very close to home for me. Well, I am not the drunk person, but it's my dad who was I
Yeah.
I wasn't there yet, but it was my mom's story telling us when we were younger. Your dad was a drunk person before, and
Yeah.
now he is actually leading the ministry at the church, and he's also having that as his testimony. So he was a drunk before,
Yes.
and then he found Jesus, and until now he's actually still um serving the church as well. So that's
Well, and see,
quite
this is the thing. Like, so he realized that he had a problem. He did something about it, and
yes,
then because he did something about it, he wanted to be serving, right? Because
yes.
what ends up happening is when you find recovery and you get out of that pit that you were in, you
Mm-hmm.
realize that first of all, I didn't do it myself, right? That
Mm-hmm.
God was the one that helped me get out of that pit. Therefore, like when I first got into recovery, I was not a believer.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's part of my story, right? I was not a
Mm-hmm.
believer. I thought I was going to hell. I thought there's nothing no hope for me. So that's what was a catalyst for my drinking. Like, oh, well, there's
Mm-hmm.
no hope. So let's just party, right?
Yes.
And so, but when you come to the other side and you realize, oh my goodness, I'm not doing these addictive things anymore. I'm so grateful, and I just want to
Mm-hmm.
give back. However, you choose to give back. Like I chose to give back in recovery ministry, and then also going to Haiti, right, and
Mm-hmm.
becoming a missionary in Haiti, serving God, and with that, bringing recovery ministry to
Mm-hmm.
Haiti, right?
Yes. So what or who inspired you to finally write this book?
I would say God inspired me to write the book,
Yes.
right? And it was something that I was wanting to do for a really long time. So, like I referred to earlier, many people want to write a book. I had this book in me for years,
Mm-hmm.
and finally I said, okay, it is time. And honestly, when it became time, this is kind of a miraculous thing. I
True.
wrote this book from start to finish in 8 weeks,
Mm-hmm. In
just
8 weeks.
8 weeks. And from the moment I designed the cover to the moment
Mm-hmm.
we pressed Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP,
Mm-hmm.
it was 8 weeks to the day. And I had some help with that. I did
Mm-hmm.
most everything, on my own. I
Mm-hmm.
had friends proofing it and things like that. And if the cover was designed by a friend who painted it. I
Mm-hmm.
gave her my thoughts and ideas about that, and it came to life, you know? And so that's the encouragement I would give to people, is that if you've
Yes.
got a book in you, don't wallow in it. You know what I mean?
True.
Just,
True.
just do it, right?
Just do it. Yes, I just actually talked to an author a while ago. She said, it's through a call, and she said, I just wrote this book for me, and she doesn't, and she didn't have a plan to share it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's actually really good to share it because it's about your life and it's actually going to inspire you. So now I invited her to watch the Festival of Storytellers because I told her that there are a lot of people who are like you. And if you
Mhm.
actually just check the Festival of Storytellers, there are authors who are like you who didn't want to share the story, but when they shared it,
Well,
it will actually
yeah.
feel
And
like
my
freeing.
my story, let's just say this. If you look at the cover, I just confess, okay,
Uh-huh.
I was a drunk, and I became a missionary. But so my book, my story is very real about me
Mm-hmm.
and what the trials and tribulations and the things that, I did that, maybe weren't even the best, especially being
Mm-hmm.
a Christian. Like when I moved to Haiti, like I knew God was calling me there, but I got there and it was not what I thought, in the sense of it
Mm-hmm.
was very difficult, right? And so,
True.
like, a lot of my character defects, which I thought were taken care of, started to shine, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a part of it that's very real. That I've come to this place in my life that I don't sugarcoat anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am who I am. I am going to tell you, hey, I used to do this or I used to do that, but no, I no longer do that. And it makes me, I guess you could say, very relatable,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
because people just know that they're okay to tell me whatever. And since I wrote my book, I became a life coach as well,
Mm-hmm.
because
That's
I
really
want
nice to
to
hear.
be able to help people in their life. And the best way to do that is to just be able to relate to whatever people are going through. And I mean, like nothing surprises me because I've done just about everything. Okay. So
Sure.
not real proud of all of that, but it's the truth.
Yes. Yeah, I know it's hard to share it for me. If I share a very personal story, it's going to be very hard for me. Was it hard for you as well?
Well, yes and no, because of having so much time in recovery. So I have 30
Mm-hmm.
years, and I wrote the book in 2022. So I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I have been through so much, and I speak so much about what I've been through because I share my testimony a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And in sharing my testimony, you talk about what you were like, what happened, and then what you're like now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my book is written a little bit differently because it's little
Mm-hmm.
stories about me, but then it ends with a question for you to ponder. How did that story relate to you?
Mm-hmm.
How can that be applied to your life? So it's a book that can be read to help you overcome
Mm-hmm.
some things in your own life.
Interesting. So, what do you think your readers will take away after reading your book?
I will say, after reading my book, I would say it's okay to not be okay. Okay.
Yes.
And also, if God did it for me, he can do it for you. Right.
Amen.
And so there's, we all, I mean, if we're really real in life and look at things, we all have stuff, right? We all have things
Mm-hmm.
that have happened to us. We all have situations. We all have, heartache. We all have things we look at and just say, I don't even know what to do about this, right? And that's just life. But sometimes we can feel very alone, and we can feel like, again, hopeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that probably leads me to the next question. What was the most challenging thing
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote about in my book? And that is my father's suicide. And so that
Oh.
was very, very difficult. In fact, in the chapter, I say trauma trigger warning,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a very, when that happened in my life, everyone thought that I would relapse. They thought,
Mm-hmm.
because I had actually just made amends with my father.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 months later, he took his life. And that was one of the absolute most horrific things that ever, could happen to anybody, let alone
Yes.
me. And to talk about that and how everybody thought I would relapse. And I chose to make that the defining moment of my faith, because I had also become a believer just 2 months before that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this became the point where I said, God, I can't do this. I can't do this. You have to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, everybody thought, oh, Deb's gonna go back. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, no, no, I'm not gonna throw away what I have so far. But yet it was not easy, and it's still not easy. And it was 20
Mm-hmm.
some years ago that it happened, but it's one of those things that you never forget, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yes.
someone's saying, how are you right now, Deb? Well, right now I'm good. But life has
That's
its ups and downs, right? I mean, just because you overcome something in your life doesn't mean that you're not going to ever encounter another difficulty in life, right?
Mhm.
And what I would say for right now, I would rather be in Haiti, but I can't
Mhm.
be in Haiti because if you know anything about Haiti, it is filled with gang violence, political unrest,
Mhm.
kidnapping, and it was not safe for me to be there. So
Mhm.
we're still continuing ministry there. That's the other
Mhm.
part of me, the missionary side of me, still continuing ministry there because we're bringing hope in the middle of
Mhm. True.
devastating situations, right?
Yeah, thanks for
So,
asking that question, Sherry. And by
yes.
the way, Deb, are you planning to make a sequel for this book?
Yes, I hope to one day. I actually have a workbook that goes with the book. I
Mhm.
just haven't published it yet. because I want people to go deeper. And that's kind of like part of my life coaching is to how the bottom line of my life coaching, it is for women, but it's for
Mm-hmm.
women who feel stuck in life, who feel like they know that they're called to something bigger. Like hence the recover your mission, right? They know that they're called to something more, but don't know how to get there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what my coaching helps with. But then I also do believe that I want to write a second book, and it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
called Recover Your Mission, the rest of the story. Okay.
Wow.
Because since I wrote the book, I included a lot of things, but since I wrote
Mm-hmm.
the book, I thought of things I could have included, and more things have happened to me,
Yeah.
right? And more trials and tribulations, you could say. This whole issue of being a missionary in Haiti, is near and dear to my heart, and so Path doesn't define your purpose. Yes, I'm just looking at the comment here. And it's true, like, I mean, so many people I think like, oh, I'm hopeless, I'm lost, I don't know what to do. I know I feel called to do something, but I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me? But sometimes you need people like
Mm-hmm.
coaches and things like that to guide you and to challenge you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what I've been through is so
Yeah.
heavy. Well, it is heavy, and this is the whole thing. It's very heavy, yet um, I don't want to stay stuck in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
True.
am truly a person who seeks their healing, right? Um,
Yes.
for two reasons. Number one, I want it for me. And number two,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have gone through can help somebody else. So that
True.
means that my pain, my suffering is not in naught for naught.
Mm-hmm. That's really nice. We have a comment
I
from
do
Timothy
in a
as
way to
well.
use hope. Yes, yes, I do. Because, I guess also that comes from a place of, being a survivor of someone else's suicide, right? That
Mm-hmm.
um that to me says that my father lost hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, we didn't even know there was a problem, right? Um, until it was too late, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I am like, I want people to know that there is hope. That's the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing.
True. And this is for all our viewers out there as well. So if you want to check more about Deb Runge here, she will be with us during the Festival of Storytellers. And the Festival of Storytellers, the world's largest virtual book event, will return to unite a global community around the power of story. So join us as we celebrate remarkable books and the talented authors behind them, such as Deb right here. So from January 19 to February 1, 2026, enjoy engaging conversations, author features, and meaningful connections, all from the comfort of your home. So this annual online festival welcomes voices from around the world, creating a dynamic space where readers and writers can connect, discover, and share their passion for storytelling. So, whether you're an author, a devoted reader, or simply exploring the world of books, there's something here for you. So, sign up at thefestivalofstorytellers.com and be part of this worldwide celebration. So, that's the Festival of Storytellers, bringing stories and people together. So, now, Deb, what is that? Oh, what lesson will your readers learn from this book? So that is there a specific line or a specific question that your readers might learn from this book?
Um, well, I guess I'm going to go back to if God did it for me, he can do it for
Mm-hmm.
you. And
Yes.
I would encourage, like, anyone who is looking for the pathway,
Mm-hmm.
to go forward, to take a step of faith, to take a leap of faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into whatever you feel God is calling you to do. I mean, I am available as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I love helping people discover this, and that's
Mm-hmm.
part of what I do believe in. Even in just reading my book, you will discover, the recover your mission, right? So
True.
this is what I also believe, that God has a purpose, he has a plan, and he has a mission for every single person. I don't care who
True.
you are. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what you've done. It doesn't matter to God. God loves us unconditionally, right? Now,
Amen to that.
people might not be the same, but God says, "Oh, I want you to come back to me. Oh, I want you to turn. Oh, I have a plan for you." Right. And
Yes.
so that is, like I said, my coaching program is also called the Recover Your Mission Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a path to um, learning what is it that you get to heal and what is
Mm-hmm.
it that you get to look at in order to step into what God's calling you to do.
Right. That's amazing to hear. And right now, Deb, I'm going to give the spotlight to you so you can talk about your book, where we can find it, and if you have projects, upcoming projects for
Yes.
us.
Okay. So, yes, my book, Recover Your Mission: How a Drunk from Wisconsin Became a Missionary in Haiti. Now, I have a website that is recoveryourmission.org. Okay. And so you can go there and check my all the things out about me because I do a lot of things. I'm a missionary. I'm a life coach,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm an author. And so you can also get a copy of the book through my website.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have my coaching program, and I would love to have you if that's you, if I'm speaking to you right now, that you would love to have a coach. I am actually kicking off a new thing, the Recovery Your Mission Blueprint, and I'm looking for some new people to start in that program with me. And you'll be
Mm-hmm.
in a special founders group, and it's actually at a very discounted rate because it'll be the first group that will be going through it. So
Nice.
you can access that. You can send me a message, or even my email is the same. It's recoveryourmission@gmail.com. And so those are the projects. And of course, you can look and see my mission work that is going on. Even though I'm not physically in Haiti right now, we have staff there that are doing
Mm-hmm.
some very amazing work in the middle of very horrific conditions. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, so that's what I would say.
All right, that's Deb Runge, everybody, life coach, uh, an author, and someone who's working in the ministry. Go ahead and buy her book. That's called "Recover Your Mission" on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And don't
Oh, it's
forget to
actually
go
not
to
on
her
Amazon. It's
website
only
as
on
well.
Amazon, not Barnes and Noble.
I'm so only in Amazon. Available on Amazon and her website as well. Please check her out. It's on www.recoveryourmission.org. So you can check out all the things in there. So if you want to join her life coaching, go ahead. If you're going to be in the first group, you'll have a discounted you
Mhm.
have a discount for that as well because you're the
Yes.
first group. Again, that's www.recoveryourmission.org, or you can email her at recoveryourmission@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, Deb, it has been an awesome time with you. Thank you so much for joining us here today at Readers Magnet.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Thank you. It's been great as well. So, guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So, go tell your story, you storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.
Bye bye.